Okay, so turns out a lot of people didn't actually know about this, but yeah, Wings of Fire is getting a TV show. Or I guess it might be like a streaming show, because it's probably going to be on a streaming service. But that's besides the point. So, after finding out that most people who were in my stream last night did not know about this, I thought I'd make a video of it. Turns out I haven't found a single video about it, but I didn't look that deeply. So, just to spread the information, I thought I'd gather as much as we know about this movie, like TV show, and put it here for you guys as like one collective thing. There's not much information out yet though, so yeah. So the series is going to be done by Warner Bros. Animation, which I think is a very good thing. This studio has basically animated my entire childhood. I grew up loving Cartoon Network and Boomerang. Boomerang was like my favorite, and back in the day they did Scooby-Doo, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, a lot of the DC shows, including Teen Titans. And yes, that does include Teen Titans Go, and it also includes shows like Unikitty, which are not as highly rated among people. But keep in mind that is the writers, the studio's doing the animation, so it's going to be like the animation team, and I really trust them to be putting out some good stuff. This is a good quality studio if they want to be. Like, an example of that is recently they put out the Green Eggs and Ham show for Netflix. I personally have not watched that, but I heard from a friend that it's gorgeous. It's an amazing show. It's really hit or miss with this studio. I see a lot of their recent stuff that's just failures and looks terrible, but a lot of their stuff also looks really good, and I'm hoping that Wings of Fire can be one of those really good things for the studio, and I'm really excited to see that a studio that I personally have so many fond memories of is doing something like this, so I'm excited. This also means that the show will probably be 2D animated. The studio, I don't think they've done anything 3D animated, just looking off the top of this list. I don't think there is, so that's good news for us. I know a lot of people are like wanting it to be 2D animated, including myself, so I feel it's pretty safe to assume that it will be. Even if it's not, 3D animation sounds cool, but this studio, everything they really have done is 2D, so that's just pointing me in the theory it's going to be 2D animated, so yeah. I don't think we could have a better studio really doing the animation. Like, this is a good studio, so I think it's going to look great. The show is going to be produced by Ava Duvernay. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm not the best with pronunciations. She's going to be producing the show through her Array Filmworks company. I don't know really much about the company or how they're going to fit in with Wings of Fire, how it works, but it looks like a pretty good company. It's focused on giving minorities, specifically I think African American people, and it said women too, helping them with their independent films, which is very interesting and cool. So I don't know much about them and how it's going to fit in with Wings of Fire, but it sounds like a neat studio, so I look forward to seeing how that works in. Something I'm very excited about, though, Tui T. Sutherland is going to be working on the show alongside these people who are writing it and working on it, which is the best thing for us as fans of this studio. I know that most of the time authors have no say in their adaptation of the show. Famous example is Rick Riordan. He had nothing to do with the Lightning Thief movie, and it was a terrible adaptation for that book, and he refuses to watch it or anything, and he doesn't recommend it to people. Just a pure disappointment. He didn't get to work on it, and that's how it turned out. So just the fact that Tui will be involved with this show is amazing and wonderful, and I'm really happy about whoever is running this. I think Warner Bros. Good job, guys. Thank you so much for letting Tui get involved. This in itself makes me probably the most excited for this show, because if Tui wasn't working on it, I probably would have been way more, I would be way more, skeptical about it and everything. But, yeah, good news for us. Other people working on it are Dan Milano, Krista Starr, and Sam Register. I've done a little bit of research on them as well, just to see what they've really done. So, Krista Starr, I went on her IMDb page, and it looks to be a little outdated, I suppose, because there isn't too much from recent years. And I did look on her Twitter as well, and it just, she seems like a much more, closed in person. She doesn't really put herself out there for the internet as much as some of these other people, so we don't know as much about her personally. It looks like she did a lot of lighting and technical effects for shows in the past. The most recent thing on here is a Mystery Science Theater 3000 that she helped produce, and I have no idea what that is. Dan Milano, he works on a ton of stuff, and I think it said I looked at he put a tweet out that he said he is going to be co-writing the adaptation of Wings of Fire, so with Krista Starr, I think. That means, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at figuring all this out, but he's going to be co-writing it, so I looked more at what he's written in the past for, and that includes just a lot of stuff, lots of stuff with animation, some bigger name stuff, which is really exciting. The most recent thing he worked on was glitch text for Netflix, it looks like. And I did actually check out an episode of that for this video specifically, and it looks pretty good. So if he's helping to write this, it looks like he created 9 of the episodes and wrote 2 of them. So I mean, I haven't really watched much of this show, but it looks good, and there's a lot of people on his Twitter that were tweeting about his show, saying they loved it, so I feel it's pretty safe to say he will be a good writer for the show. Okay. Okay, and lastly there was Sam Register, who seems to be our Warner Bros. Guy, who is in charge of, the animation aspect of it. He has worked on tons of animated shows for Warner Bros., including a lot of the ones that most people won't want Wings of Fire to be anything like. So, but then again, in the past, he has also worked on some great shows, and he did do that Green Eggs and Ham Netflix show I hear is so many positive things about. So, I think it still should be good, as long as the animation style is going in a good direction. The best thing he could do, honestly, is look at a bit of the art, I think, shared by the community. The art that the book has. We have a graphic novel, we have all the art by Joy Ang in the beginning of the books that is beautiful and everyone loves. So if we can, get the art style to be decent, this guy is going to be the one, I think, who probably is going to be working on that and more of the animation aspects of it. So, it's the grab bag, guys. I'm gonna stay positive. I think it should be pretty great. Now back to the producer, Ava Duvernay. Sorry, pronunciations, guys. She worked on a bunch of short shows and things. Some of her examples of stuff she's worked on are Queen Sugar, Cherish the Day, DMZ, which is a DC character thing, and A Wrinkle in Time, which is the only thing of this group I've seen. That's also a book adaptation, but I unfortunately have never read A Wrinkle in Time, the book. I've only seen the movie, and it was a good movie, I thought. Didn't really... I don't know. It looked good, so I feel like that's very promising. One of her shows, called When They See Us, was nominated for 16 Emmy Awards, so, I mean, that's a good sign. It seems like she's a very good person to have working on this project. She is highly looked up to, especially in recent years. Sorry, guys. Like, in all the articles that are talking about Wings of Fire, the show, they make it out to be a very good thing that she's working on this project. She seems like someone you'd want working on your project, too. So, from what I can tell, we have a very good team of people running this project right now that we know of. So, it's very exciting. Apparently, there was a high number bidding war to acquire the rights to the books, which I am personally pretty pleased to hear about. If they're bidding super high for the rights to make Wings of Fire into a movie or show, they're going to put a lot of effort into actually adapting the show, and they believe it's going to be a really big success. So I feel like just the fact that there was a high number bidding war to get the rights to the show means that they're going to put a lot of effort and love into making it. On a funny note, this article says they tried to look into the Wings of Fire fandom, but they got scared out pretty quickly. I think it's kind of neat that they added that. They acknowledged us. So, our fandom is just too deep for wading into, I guess, guys. The last little bit of information I found is that we don't really know what it's going to be airing on, like where it's going to be airing, which personally isn't a big deal to me right now. But I know to some people that's what they really want to know. I feel like it's so far off in the distance that who knows where I'll be at when the show actually comes out. Like, it was just announced, I think, this month, so, yeah. On a side note, Blaze the Fire Dragon wants to work on this show. I know this is completely off topic and not really news, but Blaze the Fire Dragon's one of my inspirations and makes some pretty cool Wings of Fire art, so you should go check them out. It would be kind of neat if they actually got to work on this show. Honestly, no idea why I'm putting this in here, but I feel like if we could get people like Blaze to work on the show, it would be a really good sign, because she has loved the book series for a few years now at least, makes some beautiful fan art. It would just be good to have input from people like this. So, now that I've covered all the information for the series, I think I'm going to let you in on a little fear of mine. Wings of Fire is a very dark book, and if they're aiming this show for children, I'm worried that they're going to stray really far from the plot. I know I've kind of said, well, Tui's working on it too, so hopefully they put enough input in and stay as true to the book as they possibly can. If we can get something along the lines of the graphic novel, but like more fleshed out in areas, that would be amazing. Honestly, I could make a whole video on my fears for the series. I'm a little more optimistic than I thought I would be about this. After looking into the information that we have, I'm pretty excited. So please let me know your thoughts on the show. Are you excited? Are you scared? Do you even want Wings of Fire to be a TV show? Would you like me to keep up on making information about the show as it comes out? I can update you, make little video updates when we have more information if you guys are interested in that. Otherwise, how did you like this video? It was kind of something different that I've never done before. Sorry if it got a bit rambly. Sorry, I can't talk. I need to go get a drink of water. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know your thoughts. Bye.